My name is Tricia Albrechtsen. I'm so excited that I get to spend a little bit of time with you tonight. We're going to go a little bit deeper and show you some slides and show you some things that I haven't done for a little while. So bear with me for just a second here and we'll get into our screen share. All right. All right, here we go. Thanks for being with us. I am excited to be able to share with you tonight a business that we have found called Activz. My husband Eric and I have been in this industry for almost 29 years. It's totally changed our lives, blessed our lives in more ways than I can even count. Once we learn to do it right, and that is absolutely part of it. If you've been part of this industry before and you haven't achieved your dreams, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. And once we learn to do it right, we've been able to go to the top and really make millions of dollars. And not just that, but we've been able to take hundreds of people with us to make $10,000 to $150,000 a month. What we learned early on is that you need to have a company with 5 factors that all line up. And if you can find an opportunity where you can get in front of those and you can get in early, you can absolutely change your life and that of your family and friends and loved ones. So the things we looked at are the company itself, who's driving the ship, do they have the experience, the transparency, the vision to be able to take it the distance, and the money to be able to keep the company going through the beginning when things are sparse. So we really look very carefully at who is driving the ship to make sure that they have the same long-term vision that we do, and that they really care about the people that they're working with, so that they keep greed and ego out of the picture long-term, and things keep going a straight course so that the company can go on to be $1 billion company. The next thing that we look at are the products. They have to be first to market and early. You want to be an early adopter of something that's a brand new idea to the marketplace to really have a good, strong business. You need to have something that hopefully is consumable, that people need to buy more of, makes for a stronger residual return on your time. You want to have something that is proprietary to the company, that you can't just get anywhere else. So what I'm going to talk to you about today are very leading edge special products that we have found here at this company, Activz. You want to hear about it first and early on, because if it's a word of mouth, which it is through this industry, you don't want to be the last person on the block talking about it. You want to be the first one who's introducing it to the masses. So timing is absolutely critical. Here at Activz, they opened in 2017 in Mexico, but they've only been fully actively running here in the United States and spreading from state to state in the last 6 months. So you're hearing about this super early on. You're probably one of just a handful in your state, and you might even be the only one. I know we've got just a handful starting in other countries. We are able to do this in 220 countries. So if you want to be absolutely first, you can ground break pretty much anywhere on earth that has a post office. So that's super exciting. You want to be able to satisfy the trends. And right now, the trends of the marketplace are people are searching for a side hustle where they can actually make some real money. Here, we're going to teach you to be in business for yourself and not just trade hours for dollars, but create something that will literally live on and on and on and pay you month after month after month with a check that can potentially go up month after month after month. We also satisfy the trend of being able to help people with their immune system and their strength of health. So we'll talk more about that in just a moment as we discuss our product line. And then at the end of the day, you want to be paid competently and fairly and very generously for your time. And we have that here at Activz. So without further ado, let me take you into this. We'll talk about the products. We'll talk about how things are made money-wise. My husband and I learned early on that it matters more about who you know and when than what you know. We've met a lot of people along the way that have had similar jobs, but very different lifestyles. 2 doctors, one has no furniture and the other one has 3 homes. Same thing with people at Intel. You know, somebody was given stock options because they got in early on and they were worth millions and millions of dollars, and somebody else is still struggling, trading hours for dollars, getting paid minimum wage. So it's all about who you know and when and what you do with that knowledge. So if you were the first to hear about an innovative idea, are you one who will jump on it? Are you one who will let it sit by and wait for it to be established and mainstream before you look twice at it? Here today, we're going to be talking to you about a breakthrough idea that hopefully you'll capture and recognize like we did. One of the doctors behind part of our product line is a Dr. Joe McCord, and you'll see his name in that blue box on the right. He is actually part of a very esteemed group of doctors and scientists and innovators that all have been given a special award called the Elliott Cresson Medal. You'll recognize a lot of the names on that list and potentially all of them. Alexander Graham Bell is behind the phone, which I would pretty much dare bet every single one of us has within an arm's reach of us right this very minute. It's become very much a mainstay of our everyday existence. Orville Wright invented the first airplane, Henry Ford, the automobile, von Braun, rockets, and Dr. McCord discovered an enzyme back in the 1960s that changed the way that we understand health, specifically epigenetics, which is the speaking to our genes and enzymes, helping them to produce and act in a certain way within our body. What he discovered that day was a small little enzyme called superoxide dismutase, and they actually measure this enzyme in McCord units. It's named after him. He is the discoverer, which is really exciting. We've seen a lot of companies who have a doctor endorsing. This is not a doctor endorsing. This is the doctor who discovered the enzyme, and it's named after him. It's really quite a big deal. He was recognized as changing medicine, was nominated for the Nobel Prize 4 different times. He spent the next almost 40 years trying to figure out how to synthetically create this little enzyme, because he discovered that it is what is responsible for keeping our bodies balanced so that oxidative stress doesn't destroy us cellularly from the inside out. SOD, or superoxide dismutase, is a small enzyme that gobbles up free radicals 1 million per second. Children have it naturally working in their bodies, and so they're keeping their oxidative stress at bay. They're keeping their disease state down, in fact, almost non-existent. If you look at most kids, they're not running around talking about their diseases. They're talking about how fast they can run, how fast they can climb, and how many times they can go down the slide. So they're just running around living. And as we get to be our 20-year-olds and on, that enzyme starts to go to sleep in our bodies. Dr. McCord recognized this, figured out that he couldn't synthetically recreate it. It's too enormous of a task. And in the late 1990s, he had a breakthrough and figured out how to turn it back on. This got him the Elliott Cresson Medal for discovering the biology of free radical reactions in living organisms. That's a long way to talk about basically that he discovered a way to turn back on a signaling protein inside of our body called NRF2 or NRF2. This signaled not only SOD to turn back on, but also thousands of other genes and enzymes, and it started to balance the body. NRF2, when it signals in the body correctly, acts like the master piano tuner. If we were a piano sitting in grandma's attic and had not been touched for decades, guaranteed we'd have some tuning that needed to be done. We'd have keys that were too high, we'd have keys that were too low, and it takes that touch of a master piano tuner to be able to get the piano to sound right again. Well, NRF2, when it's activated in our body, by taking his products, you can actually turn things back on and turn things down that are overstimulated and get that balance back in the body. And within 2 to 4 weeks, if you were to look at your blood under a microscope, it would look about the same level of oxidative stress as a newborn baby. That is huge. That got him again a Nobel Prize nomination. He was featured on the front page of the Wall Street Journal, NBC, The Today Show, Extra, ABC Primetime ran a really special piece on it. If you haven't seen that, get with the person that invited you to this Zoom and we can send you that little piece from ABC Primetime and you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So since that time, Dr. McCord has created 6 different ways to stimulate the production of this NRF2 protein inside of our body. To date, genomics is the strongest NRF2 activator in the world, and genomics is licensed to this company, Activz. We actually were privileged enough to be introduced to his first product. You can see it in gray at the very, very bottom there. And we watched it change thousands and thousands of lives. When things are activated in your body, it's a million times stronger than anything that you can take in through an oral supplement. So this is taken orally, but it's not taken for its food value. It's not taken for the value of the ingredients. It's taken for the combination and the synergistic working of those ingredients working together that turn back on the nerve-2 activation. So genomics opens that pathway 10 times longer than his original product. And to date, we get that through Activz. If your line isn't muted, would you please do so for me? So we have the leading version of Nerve2 technology here at Activz. Genomics is the product on the top, and it's one of our 3 products that we call our trifecta. Link is the second on the right. Link is known as the butyric acid holy grail of the world. Basically, Dr. Maroon is a brain surgeon, a neurosurgeon who has done thousands and thousands of brain surgeries. He is here with this company because of what this product does for the brain. But butyric acid doesn't stop there. Not only does it help with helping neurons and synapses to increase and to be able to function better in our brain, and helps with brain recovery, which is what he was using it for with his patients. But butyric acid also helps balance the hormones in the brain. So if you know anybody suffering with depression or anxiety, things that are out of balance there, this is going to help balance the dopamine and the serotonin, the things that are our happy hormones that help us to be able to function better. We've seen this make a huge difference in our household, and we've seen it make a difference for so many other people where things are mentally off, and be able to improve cognitive ability, be able to improve how children that are on the spectrum are able to live a normal life. We've seen people jump right up that spectrum and increase in skills, increase in cognitive ability, absolutely all sorts of different benefits that we've seen from the brain side. But we also see every day how Link helps the digestive system, the esophageal tract, the gut membrane, the place where our immune system is housed. So how many people do you know right now today that are interested in improving their immune system? Absolutely everybody around us. So Link not only helps improve the immune system, but it also helps to repair and to feed the cells that line all of our major organs. So if you know people that have been attacked by viruses of late, and it's taken a toll on their lungs or their heart, you definitely want to get them on this product so we can start to help feed those cells. This is the food that those cells need. If you look at the endothelial cells or the epithelial cells inside of our body, they need butyric acid to live. And we just don't get butyric acid through our diet. So this is one way that you can get it into your body, and it's the most pure form that I know of on earth offered here at Activz. Butyric acid has a very unique smell. You've probably smelled it if you've ever had anybody in your house have the stomach flu. We do have a little bit in our gut lining, so you've been familiarized with the smell. It's not something that people readily want to put more of into their body. So our doctors and scientists have figured out a special way to patent and process this product so that they can wrap molecularly every molecule of butyric acid and mask the smell naturally with the coating that takes it into the body and time releases it in the intestinal tract, gets it through the harsh acids of the stomach, allows it to go straight into the intestine where it's absorbed and metabolized into the body to be able to do the most good. Link focuses on brain and gut health, which we all need. We all want to be able to get rid of some of that brain fog. We all want to keep our brains healthy for as long as possible. And we all want our digestive tract to work as well as possible. We want to strengthen those organs, strengthen our immune system, and help with that gut-brain connection. Optimend is the third of our trifecta. Optimend lowers inflammation and pain naturally. It is also under that same patented wrapping technology to be able to time release it in the body, helps it to be able to get also into the intestinal tract where it's going to be best absorbed. Now, Optimend is needed to be able to be wrapped because of the smallness of the molecule. It comes from turmeric, which is actually a very large molecule, which makes it hard for the body to absorb it. And a lot of people that are taking turmeric, it's actually just going right down the drain and they're not getting the full benefit from it. What our scientists have been able to do is identify the 4% of the optimum or of the turmeric, excuse me, that is actually doing the good inside the body. And that's the only portion that's inside of our optimum. So you're only paying for the part that your body's actually going to use. You're not paying for the rest that's going to be flushed down the drain. And this has a very concentrated effect in the body where it lowers inflammation very, very quickly. I myself have seen results in pain in as little as 30 to 45 minutes. I use it after I work out really hard to be able to get back on my feet again and do it again the next day. If you have an athlete in your life, they will thank you for this product. If you have a hard worker in your family, they will thank you for this product. How many people have come in from a long day at work with a little bit of ache and pain from bending or lifting or sitting too long? There's a lot of things that go on in our everyday life that would be very, very much benefited by Optimend. And then for the rest of us that are just getting older and all of a sudden our joints are aching, things are starting to show us our age. Well, here again, you can turn back the clock on that and you can get Optimend in there and naturally affect that inflammation and the pain. We've seen lots of people avoid surgeries, put things off because things just plain don't hurt anymore. People that have been hurting for decades can get out of bed without that morning reminder that they're getting older. We love this product. And not only that, but it's also helping with the internal silent inflammation that we don't feel. And every one of us have it. Science has shown that there is inflammation inside of every single one of us. And if it's not treated, it leads to things like strokes and heart attacks. And those things don't usually end very well for the person that's going through it. So these are 3 things that I take every day. My husband takes every day. We've given it to our loved ones. We've given it to the people that we care about because we want them to age as gracefully and as in good health as possible. Our goal is to live as long as possible, as healthy as possible. The rest of the product line is amazing. Amora is our skincare line. I usually don't post pictures, but the picture in the bottom left is actually my results because I was so blown away with what I see with this product and just watched it work on those fine lines and wrinkles and be able to just soften the skin around my eye. Here you can see all different types of skin issues and different people that have been blessed by this product. But we love knowing that everybody that uses it is going to be made better by it. Arrow is the newest and most recent addition to our product line. It is a metabolic activator. It actually speeds up your metabolism, allows your body to work longer in burning fat. So if you're working out, you're actually going to get more benefit for a longer period of time. It also helps curb your cravings and curbs your appetite, makes you feel satiated, so you feel full longer. That means you're not grabbing the snacks. You're not grabbing the things that are just mindlessly have been going in your mouth maybe in the past. And as you can see, people are losing inches and they're losing the weight. So this is a great way to have energy throughout the day. It is an energy drink, but it doesn't have the crash at the end. It doesn't have the big letdown. It's just more of a gradual energy release throughout the day. Absolutely incredible products that you can't get anywhere else. And here we get to build a business around them and be first to hear about them. Like I said, it started in Mexico in 2017. And today we have it in the United States, and it's just now starting to go into Canada, parts of Europe, parts of Asia. And you get to be a part of being in front of all of this. We have products that the whole world needs to know about and will eventually know about. And you can be part of spreading the word through having a piece of your own business. So here at Activz, we teach everybody to not have a hobby business. We don't want you to have a side hustle where you're just trading more hours for dollars. We want to teach you to create a residual income by positioning yourself in front of this company, and they're going to take all of their advertising budget and put it into paying us to be their word of mouth. So you don't have to be a salesman. I'm not a salesman. I simply found a few business partners, and we're going to teach you to do the same thing. So I have a few customers that just use the products, but a lot of my time I'm spending looking for people that, like me, would like to make a little extra money from home, or let's face it, a lot of extra money from home. So we teach people, if you look at the gray bar across the top, to start their business for $500. There's different options and different ways you can start. That's what the numbers that I'm going to show you on these charts are based around. And that's what we encourage. That gives you about $750 worth of product. That's enough that you can take it yourself, give it to loved ones in your family, share it around with people who have specific situations that might be specifically helped by the products. If you've got a 20-year-old beautiful daughter or sister, she might not show the results of the skincare quite as much as your mother. So maybe give the first skincare to mom. If you've got some Optimend and you're an athlete, try some yourself, but share that bottle around. I don't give the bottle to anybody. I share a few to this person and a few to that person, because somebody's hurting from working in the yard and somebody else worked too hard at work and pulled something, and somebody else worked out too hard at the gym, and somebody else has some aches and pains that have been developing for a long, long time. Now, the person that took a long, long time to develop the pain, it's going to take a little longer for them to see the results than the person who maybe just pulled something today. So use it wisely, share that bottle around, and let people see the results. So that's what we do with our $750 worth of product. We use it as building belief of what the products can do for different people. We know scientifically the products work on every single person, but they're very epigenetic. And so some people are going to see results really quickly and others aren't. So use that $750 worth of product properly, share it around enough people that you can see the results. And then we encourage a monthly use of about $240. That's the average that most of our people are doing, $240 to $250. You don't have to do that much, but that gives you enough product that you and a loved one, a spouse, or a family member can share a package and have enough product that you can all be using it. They give us a really good discount for buying those packages versus buying the products individually. So those are the products that are most commonly purchased. And again, those are the numbers that are used for the chart that I'm going to show you here. So we then encourage people to find 4 business partners who are also interested in making an extra $1,500 or $5,000 or more. And we show them how to do the same thing. So those 4 people come in, they buy the same $500 start pack. The company is going to pay you $400 in one-time bonuses. They're going to pay you $100 in product credit for that first level, for a value of about $500. That's about your ROI of what you put in to get going. And if you've ever been in business for yourself, that's kind of unheard of to get your ROI so quickly. We've seen people do this literally in a matter of days. Other people, they don't treat it as much like a business. It takes them longer. It's your business. You can build it as fast as you'd like. The residual that's going to come at that point, month after month after month, is $100, which may not seem like a whole lot to start with, but if you found $100 on the ground, you would definitely tell somebody about it. And if you found one again the next month and the next month, pretty soon you'd be counting yourself one of the luckiest people walking around, because let's face it, I usually find dimes or pennies. So finding a $100 bill wouldn't be too shabby. So the next step is we help those 4 people to do exactly what you did and help them find their 4 business partners who want to make an extra $1,500 to $5,000. And as they bring in their people, they're going to get the same thing that you did when you brought in your 4. And you are going to continue to be paid, because the company knows that they would not be able to have that person's business if you hadn't started the ball rolling. So you're going to make $570 in one-time bonuses and a residual of $250. So now your products that you're buying every month aren't coming out of your budget. They're paid for month after month after month. And you have a business that's completely in the black, that's completely profitable. When you build the 3rd level and you teach your people to help their people find their 4, your bonuses are over $4,000 at that level. What would that do for you? Could you pay off some credit card debt? Could you pay off some school loans? Could you, put down on a car? What could you do with that? And then $1,500 a month is going to be coming in month after month after month. That's a pretty darn good raise. And if you're like everybody that I know, you probably don't have a $1,500 raise coming with your regular job. Let's face it, most of us are working longer hours for less money. We're doing the job of 3 people now because the company just can't find anybody to hire, and they're paying us less than they did before. So this is a way that you can start to make up the difference and potentially even start to change your lifestyle. The government reports that we read say that the average family can avoid bankruptcy with an extra $300 to $400 a month coming in. We can show you how to do that here. And they say that an extra $1,500 to $2,000 will double a person's lifestyle. So would this allow you to take a vacation you've been putting off? Would it allow you to buy another car? What would it allow you to do? Because it's not just this month, it comes in month after month after month. And when that level goes and does the same thing and brings in their 4 people, your one-time bonuses are over $10,000 and your residual is at $5,000 a month. What else can you do to get a $60,000 a year raise? You'd have to drive an awful lot of Uber. You'd have to be running door-to-door drops for different companies. There's a bunch of them out there now, but you'd have to be doing that 24/7, and I still don't think you'd make that much money. This is a way that literally by changing a few lives, helping people turn back the clock on their selves and get in front of a product line that nobody's heard of here in this part of the world, and be able to be first in this and be able to position yourself with a company that can potentially be a billion-dollar company. So not only that, but it continues to pay down an additional 4 levels. We'll just give you a quick glimpse of this. I don't want you to think I'm pulling things on you. This is absolute hard numbers. It's simple math based on the $500 and the $240 that we showed you that are up at the top. It's just how the math pays out. Every product that goes through this company has this payout built into it. And we've run the numbers. We've had the CFO run the numbers. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't overextending in what I showed you. But honestly, I think this is actually showing you something that we're under promising that could overpay what I'm showing you here, even though the numbers are super exciting. If you look at the residual on the far right side, it jumps from 15 to 55 to 200 to $360,000 a month. A month. Most people will never make that in a year. And we're showing you how you can position yourself in front of something that as it builds out over time, can pay you that in a month. Not only that, but the company has additional bonuses because the charts I just showed you are only based on 3 to 4 of the bonuses. They have a car bonus that was shown on the other chart. We didn't talk about it a whole lot, but they'll help pay for your car. They're going to start sending you, when you're about halfway through that chart, they're going to start sending you $500 a month. And as you continue to grow and your volume from your organization that you've affected grows, they're going to pay you up to $1,000 a month for the rest of your life. How quick could you pay off the car that you've been wanting at $1,000 a month? Maybe quickly, maybe not. I don't know how big you dream, but when it is paid off, they're going to continue to pay you that. So now you can go get the truck or the boat or the jet skis or whatever it is that you want to buy next. And they're going to continue to send you that bonus every single month. They send us on vacations. There's a big one coming up in April down to Costa Rica, always to 5-star locations where you have all the wine and dine, and they're going to take care of you. They're going to be able to pick you up and take you on excursions and make sure that you are taken care of from door to door. Absolutely incredible. But the profit sharing bonus that's shown up in the corner is probably my favorite because they take 10% of all of the volume that's done by the company every single month, and they put 10% of that into a pool where they share it among the top leadership of the distributors. And it's not like most companies that we've been in where you have to be doing an astronomical amount of volume to participate. Here in this company, you actually start participating in the first 1% share when you're doing just a small $10,000 in volume. And that's not you, that's your whole organization. That's you who told a few people who told a few people. And you might have 20 or 30 people in your group and you're getting to participate in all the volume that's being done by Mexico or Peru or Colombia or the Dominican Republic or Japan. or Canada or the United States, you can be a part of this volume as it's growing. Right now, the company is doing $2 to $3 million a month. That means $20,000 to $30,000 is going into every single 1% pool that is shared among the people that are building this business. So you can choose whether you take part in 1% or 2% or all 10%. 8% of that will come in time as you naturally build. 1% of it is in a timed bonus that is only shared among people that hit a 75,000 volume level in their first calendar year of being in the company. So you want to be one of those racehorses. You want to be part of that, because that 1% is going to get shared among that group every single month for the rest of your life. If you've ever been a part of a company and they had a Christmas bonus, remember that, because it's probably never going to happen again in a traditional company. But here at Activz, they do that Christmas type bonus every single month. It's called the profit sharing bonus, and it can fluctuate and grow as the company volume grows. So if you hear about somebody in another organization that's having a huge impact in Italy or having a huge impact in Argentina, be excited for them, because their growth is going to add to this bonus. And as you grow and qualify to share in those percents, you can be blessed by their efforts. It's very much a cohesive system. We work together here with Activz. And because of that, it's very much a family relationship where everybody works together, everybody helps each other, and we all want everybody to succeed and win. So if this is something that you would like to be a part of, this is something that you think that you could position yourself and capture a piece of all of this as it grows. Maybe you know a few people who would like to make an extra $5,000. If not, think a little bigger, because we can do business in over 200 countries. I'm sure you can find somebody among the billions of people that are out there who are looking for their chance. Looking for a chance to be able to work from home, not have to deal with the rush hour traffic, or not have to deal with trying to find a job. They like the idea of being at home. We've all had a taste of it over COVID. And now a lot of people are either being forced to be able to, find some way to stay at home, or they're wanting to choose to find some way to stay at home. This is a way that people can buy back their time, earn their freedom. We learned a long time ago, retirement has nothing to do with how old you are. And if you don't believe me, go down to your local Walmart and see how old some of the people are that are working there. They're not working there because they love it. They're working there because they have to. They have to figure out how to be able to pay their bills, and they're outliving their retirement. So retirement has nothing to do with how old you are. We've been retired since my husband was 35 years old, thanks to this industry. When you have residual income coming in month after month after month, it simulates having millions of dollars in the bank and allows you to have the ability to control your time. So thanks for being here. Thank the person that invited you to be here tonight. Make sure you get back with them and let them know that you want one of those 4 positions, or as close to the top of their organization as you can get. It's all about location, location, location. And I'm not talking about where you're going to build your storefront, because you can build it from home with a computer and a phone. You don't need a big brick and mortar, but you want to position yourself at the top of this company and be one of the first, because as we look back on this 10 years from now, or 20 or 30 or 50 years from now, we want your children and your grandchildren to be grateful that you positioned yourself and took advantage of knowing about Activz early, and you built a legacy that could pass on to them. So here's your chance to do something that will leave a legacy when you're gone. Thanks for being here tonight. If you've got questions, you can get them answered through the person that invited you, or you can go to activz.info. This will be saved and shared at Activz presentations on YouTube. You'll find other presentations that have been recorded and put there. That's where we archive presentations. There's also training at Activz Training on YouTube. There's a lot of sites and things within the activz.info that can help you know how to get started. Activz is all about putting the information in front of you so that you can be successful on this journey. Don't miss Activz School that is this weekend. Starts at, we just had our time change, I think 9 o'clock. Forgive me if I'm off, but 9 o'clock Mountain. And all of these things are there to help you be successful. Have a great night, everybody. Corporate is doing their call in an hour and a half. It'll be at a different Zoom, so check with the person that is telling you about this business and get the Zoom link from them, or you can find it on the app, Activz FastPass. Thanks for being with us, and I hope you can move forward with your journey with Activz and change your life and the lives of those that you share with. Thanks, everybody.